So, when I was in my early to mid 30s, I started experiencing some things that I had never experienced before. And at the moment, my best guess is that it's perimenopause, like the last, I think it's like 10 years or something before menopause is supposed to start. There's some changes in the body or something. Anyways, some of the things I experienced, I have never heard anyone else mention. Of course, people do mention a heightened sex drive, but one of the things that I experienced, that when I tried to share in a community that I thought was safe to share in, other women attacked me like, oh my God, women, we should be working together. This is why. This is why, like, I'm real picky when it comes to like what women I let in my life. You know, like if you don't learn to manage your emotions and your insecurities, then, you know, you're just basically like a rabid animal walking around. You know, you're like a werewolf that could transform at any time. Anyways, one of the things I started experiencing was I would wake up in the mornings. I would wake up with all of this I didn't realize this is what it was, but I'd wake up with all this extra energy, this like chaotic, unstable energy around my body. Now, the way that I'd wake up and it would kind of feel painful. It'd feel painful, like my whole body just needed to be touched. You know, and now I think I better understand that, because when you touch someone, like the energy has a chance to shift. You know, by making contact with something else or something, but especially another human being. This is also part of why it's nice to have pets and pet them. Like, petting them helps stabilize you and them. You know, it's energy redistribution. Now, the way I experienced this was that, like, it definitely, you know, hormones are involved. It affected my sex drive. So yes, we're gonna talk about sex right now. I would wake up and I couldn't function. I would just, it was like, it physically feels like there is a storm of like static electricity or something around my body, and I feel different sensations with it and stuff, and I feel it strong in some places, the others, but I feel it all over, and it would affect my head and stuff like that. And now that I am now that I'm thinking about this and articulating it, I'm also recognizing similarities in some of those sensations and in some of the sensations I experience when channeling and stuff. It's all energy. Everything's energy. We're just opening ourselves up to it. Anyways, you know, I had kind of settled into the fact that Carl and I weren't going to have the sex life that I had hoped. Despite having had a really healthy one in the beginning. But when he went to work for Honda, like, just, you know, every aspect of our relationship started to deteriorate. And, you know, I did my best to not share too much, because I've been trying to build him up. I've been trying to build him up the entire time I've known him, since day one. I've been trying to build him up. I don't want to knock him down, so, you know, I don't want other people to think less than them or stuff like that. But the thing is that we have got to talk about these things. We've got to talk about the challenges that we face, so that people can help us, or we can help other people so that they can learn through our experiences and stuff. So, you know, when I started having those periods, you know, like Carl, I shared that. I told Carl, like, oh my God, like, my body is freaking out. Like, I need, like, it's not a want, it's a need. I need you to touch me. I need you to touch me. I can't think. I can't function. Please help me. Please help me. Please help me. You know, and sometimes he would, but not all the time. And, you know, and it got to the point where, I don't remember if this was probably before, it was probably before this happened. I don't remember the exact timeline now, but I'm sure I have it written down somewhere. You know, I want to see, like, how long, if I didn't make the moves on him, how long would we go before he would make the moves on me? And I made it 6 months before I was like, okay, I can't go any further. And then there was the period of time in which I was like, okay, Carl, I'm telling you right now, I find you attractive. I know that you've got some self-esteem, or that you're locked in your head or something like that. I'm telling you right now, though, that I want to, you know what, But I know that, you don't perform best if on the spot. So let's make a date. On Saturdays, at least on Saturdays. I want you to just get my attention when you're ready. I'm telling you, I want to do this on this day. Just get my attention. And then Sunday would get here, and sometimes I'd wait till Monday before I say anything. I would wait to see if he would even say anything about it, or acknowledge that it hadn't happened or something like that. And he wouldn't, not until I brought it to his attention. Now, the other thing I want to mention in relation to that is that is not the only area where that has been an issue. It's not the only area where that has been an issue, which is why I was trying to get him to get psychiatric help for so long. What Carl needs is a fucking autism diagnosis that for some reason has not been given yet, but that I hope will be soon, especially when, it might be that we really need some of the people that work with Carl at work. It might be that we need some of you to, write down a little something or whatever so that he, I'm also, I think I have mine, but I don't have a piece of paper, so whatever. But we need our official. If you think you're neurodivergent or autistic, you probably are, because you would be more likely to recognize that than someone else, if you just know a little bit. They don't know what all issues you have. They see the surface level. But we need our freaking diagnoses so that he can get accommodations at work. I need them so that I can get accommodations when I go back to school for my PhD. And then, just also like the validation, because I'm about to become a big freaking figure in the neurodivergent community. I'm going to build a community. Technically it's already built, but I'm getting my core team together. It's Moonforge. You can go to moonforge.com to learn more about it. Anyways, there was a Christmas. Actually, next video.